What's up YouTube, it is Kyle here with Unboxed Autos, and today I am here in the 2021 Hyundai Veloster N. Now the Veloster is their sort of sport hatch, but of course the N model is really the hot hatch, and it goes up against vehicles like the Honda Civic Type R, as well as some cars that are no longer unfortunately in production, like the Ford Focus RS, sort of at that level. This is a very high sports car level vehicle, and especially for the price tag, this offers astonishing performance at the value level we're talking about here. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to talk about the exterior styling in this video. We're going to go ahead and talk about the interior for a minute, what's new, and then we're going to go ahead and take it for a spin up here in this national park on some great roads to really demonstrate just the performance capabilities here on the Veloster N. And then lastly we're going to talk about pricing and just how it stacks up against others in this segment. New for 2021, the Veloster N actually gets an automatic transmission. Before, it was only available in a 6-speed manual, and you still can get that, but now they've added the option here of their all-new N 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission. It of course includes things like paddle mounted shifters, and there are also some really cool features that this automatic has, such as the N grin shifting, which actually boosts overboosts the turbo a little bit, gives you 7% more torque for 15 seconds and puts everything in its absolute sportiest mode. Again, just for that 15 seconds to give you guys a little bit of a boost if you want a little extra power for maximum performance, maybe passing or something like that. Additionally, we also have a ton of different drive modes that we can go ahead and get into, and launch control, which is obviously super exciting. Another thing that's new for 2021 are the all new N Performance seats. These are the new standard seats, and they actually include this really nifty logo with the sort of the N Performance logo there in the center, and it actually lights up. It's LED backlit, so when you're opening the doors or things of that nature, it lights up along with the interior light, so that's pretty neat. Plus, it saves 4.4 pounds in weight reduction over the previous seats, not to mention they look way cooler and they are a lot more comfortable in my opinion. Very good sports seats, nice side bolstering, a good amount of padding as well. The performance package is also now standard equipment on the Veloster N. We also have a new standard 8-inch display, and that of course goes ahead. We can control all of our audio navigation from this screen. We also have Android Auto capabilities, which is amazing. We have new standard driver assistance features, which include forward collision avoidance assist, lane following assist, lane keep assist, driver attention warning, blind spot collision avoidance warning, and rear cross traffic collision warning. So plenty of safety features obviously to keep us all in one piece. Now additionally, there is the cruise control here with the lane keep assist. However, that is not a distance guided cruise control, which I think would be a nice feature to have, which it does not currently possess. There's also a new exterior color available for 2021, which is actually what we have here on this Veloster N that we're testing out and driving today, and that is, they call it the chalk white exterior. It's my second favorite color below the blue. The baby blue is my favorite color because the interior is laid out. We have these nice blue seat belts. We have the blue drive mode buttons. Again, everything is this baby blue on the interior, so I really love that matching baby blue on the exterior interior combination. But the chalk white's actually my second favorite color because, like the blue, it really allows this car to show off its lines. We have those really nifty side black panels at the bottom there, with the little red striping down at the side. You can, it lets people know, hey, that's actually a little bit of a sporty car right there. Not to mention the large black front grille. It just really allows the colors, the appointments there on the exterior, that's not the main color, to really pop out, like the reds, the blacks, and not to mention the cool rear spoiler, which is done in black as well. So again, it allows the colors to pop on sort of that lighter blue or this white here, whereas the other colors don't allow for that as much. We also have the red brake calipers, which are nifty. We have the N Performance logo stamped in there. From a styling perspective, I think that people will find the Veloster N to be very tasteful. We have this large rear powerful deck, dual chrome-tipped exhaust, large piping there, so you guys can kind of even get a sense just by looking at it that it's something special. Enjoy the crisp LED rear taillights. Those look really nice, especially in the evening when those really pop out. The front of the car, again, love the large black grille. We have LED daytime running lights accents there. We also have LED lights for driving at night, which is phenomenal. And then we also have automatic brights, so as we're driving on the road, it can adjust turning them on and off as it sees cars coming your direction. Plus, how many other hot hatches do you know that offer 3 doors? I mean, that's kind of cool, right? So the driver's side is just the driver's side door. There's only 1 door on this side of the vehicle, but for added functionality, while still allowing it to have that coupe look, we have a small door kind of tucked in the side there, just behind the passenger side door. I'll throw the video up there so you guys can check that out. You guys can see how that works there. So it allows for added functionality. The back seat's actually pretty spacious in this hot hatch, and again, adding that 3rd door, as sort of strange and arbitrary as that seems, I actually really like it. Not only is it really unique to the Veloster N and Veloster in general, but it really allows it to keep that sort of 2-door coupe sports hatch look without giving up functionality. So as far as the biggest new feature here on the Veloster N, which is the automatic transmission, what they've gone ahead and done with it for maximum performance is it's actually a wet type clutch. It's a dual clutch transmission. It uses an electronic oil pump for increased thermal endurance and reduced direct drag on the powertrain, right? So this was fully developed in-house by the Hyundai N engineers with a fun to drive focus, really giving us like race-like manual shifting logic. So we still get that sort of fun manual feeling, but obviously with quicker shifts than your traditional manual. Not to mention, it makes it obviously faster overall, but it really does allow us to achieve maximum efficiency and performance potential all at the same time. Not only can we use the paddle mounted shifters on the steering wheel if we want to have some fun, sort of mimic a manual, but we also have integrated into it in certain modes that you go ahead and go into. It adjust depending on how hard you're hitting that brake, and it measures with the G-force meter. So as we're coming in hard to a curve, it will upshift really high. As we're coming in hot into a curve, hitting the brakes hard, it will upshift, and then so it gets you ready to so you can really pounce on the gas and get out of that curve. So it has that logic to it in addition to the paddle mounted shifter. So it's really the best of both worlds. So as I was mentioning earlier, it even has this fun mode called N Grin Shift, NGS. There's a little button on the steering wheel just above the performance button, the large blue performance button, which engages N mode. And what that does is it actually increases the torque from 260 pound-foot of torque to 278 pound-foot of torque by allowing temporary turbocharge overboost, and it also maximizes the transmission response at the same time, and that allows us to do that for up to 20 seconds. Basically, for passing, it gives us just a little extra boost of power. Now, everyone may be wondering, what's the 0 to 60 time on this car? Well, the factory rated 0 to 60 time is actually 5.6 seconds. However, Car and Driver did a test and they're getting 4.8 seconds. And just from my initial testing too, I can tell you this car is definitely a lot faster to 60 than 5.6 seconds. That's extremely conservative, and really you're going to be getting a much faster 0 to 60 time than that. Now, as far as the engineering that's went into this all-new clutch system, so it actually, as we were mentioning, employs a 2-clutch assembly, one for odd gears and one for even and reverse gears. And then the clutch actuator assembly uses a lightweight electronic motor-driven system for greater efficiency, optimized shift response, and also allows it to be compact packaging. It deploys an external dampener for improved noise vibration harshness, and the DCT uses an electromagnetical gear actuator, which yields a lightweight design, higher fuel efficiency, and preciser shifting control via the engine electronic control unit. So the DCT gearing assembly uses hollow input shafts for an ultra-right and extremely responsive shifting characteristic, which we will really get into when we take this guy for a drive. But just know that this transmission is made for this car. It is made for maximum performance, and it's been an incredibly transmission thus far. So, the interior is really a pretty simple place. Obviously, this is a performance-focused vehicle. We're not really, looking to be luxurious or anything like that. It's just, performance-focused. So that's what we're getting here. The interior is relatively plastic-focused, right? The door panels are largely plastic as well as the front dash. So we do see, a lot of plastic elements on the interior. However, again, the focus of this car is not on the interior, but about driving. And especially for this price tag where it comes in at $33,750 starting price for the automatic version, and then $32,250 for the manual. I mean, you're really just getting an incredible deal here for bang for the buck as far as performance goes. So, when I sit in this driver's seat, that's what I'm thinking about, and I absolutely love this car. It is, probably one of my top 10 favorite cars of all time, including Lamborghinis, Bentley, Rolls, etc., because it's just so much fun to drive this hot hatch. It's absolutely incredible. Now, there are a few nice features on the interior. There's the N specific gauge cluster, which looks really neat. The needles, both speedometer and tachometer, start at the 6 p.m. mark and then move up from there. There's a small digital display in the middle which can show us things like torque, turbo boost. As we have our foot on the accelerator, it will show us those things. There's also a G-force meter, and then of course all of your standard functionalities that you'd expect, like a trip meter and things of that nature. Before we get started, just for those of you who might be wondering the exact engine specs on this car, we're looking here at a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. It makes 275 horsepower at 6,000 RPMs, and then 260 foot-pounds of torque at just 1,450 RPMs, 1,450. And of course, with the NGS mode, we get a boost by 7% with that. All right, so we are here in the Veloster N. All new 8-speed. Here's the one that we're driving today. I have an N mode, which is its most performance-focused mode. Oh, it's absolutely just phenomenal to drive, guys. I really cannot recommend it enough. It's so much fun, so much power for this car. It is incredible. The turbo comes out like that. The gear shifts with the automatic are so crisp, so smooth. Frankly, it reminds me of driving a Porsche 911 from the transmission characteristics that we get here, and that is the best transmission that you can get in any car ever currently, and so that's impressive. That's definitely a lot to be said for that. And then really just power comes right on. As far as the transmission response goes, again, it's just top notch. As far as handling, steering feel, we have many different modes. We have sport mode, we have track mode, we have comfort mode for the suspension and steering. So many different levels depending on how you're driving or where you are. But for right now, again, we're in this national park, very curvy, hilly road. So I have it in track mode for everything. Razor sharp, absolutely razor sharp. The steering is very heavily weighted, but in a good way. The suspension is so planted, you can feel every movement of the tires. It's really great. Come on hot into the gas, just hear the gear shifts just pop off of it. The track exhaust mode is an active exhaust, right? So it can be quieter or louder depending on what mode it's in. It is absolutely phenomenal. I love to be driving around the city, little crackle and pop there off on the exhaust. It's great. Coming into a tight turn here, and it just holds the road, upshifts perfectly, allows me to come out of this curve nice and hot, and there we go. It's a track car. It's it's really ready to hit the racetrack. Even the regular Veloster is fast, the Turbo Veloster, but this one is just ridiculous. I mean, this car will get you in trouble if you let it. In fact, yeah, it's very fast. And again, the 0 to 60 time right in that 4.9 second range, I would say is what I would expect to get in this, with the right weather, the right altitude, right temperature, and yeah, it just is a joy to drive. It's a joy to drive. drive. It really makes driving fun again, and that's why at this price point, it makes my list of top 10 cars to buy, period. Probably, right around number 10, this one would live. But it's just an amazing driver's car with everything that you'd want more, and to have fun on the road in. It's just such a great car for low torque applications, and it's so much fun to drive, really. And just coming out here, really getting to experience the best of the Veloster N on these hilly, curvy roads is just phenomenal. Again, right here we have the all-new 8-speed, which really makes a big difference as far as ultimate performance capabilities in this car. And we also have the cool mode that can be adjusted there as far as our custom drive mode. This is how we have it set up right now. We are in sport transmission, sport engine, maximum exhaust performance mode. It's called track exhaust, so I like that. That's just activated by pressing this button right here on the steering wheel. There's also a program, for normal drive mode, economy focused, and then also track mode. I'll pop into track mode right now, and you can see the Veloster N logo comes down there on that center stack. Really tightens up the steering, suspension, gives us a little more performance potential. Coming in quick and hot into the curves is not a problem with this car whatsoever. It's just it like sucks onto the road like it's on rails, like a real performance focused vehicle. Really very similar to that of an ultra high performance vehicle like a Porsche, Corvette, Lamborghini. Just from a handling perspective, love the hot hatch. So much grip. It is absolutely incredible. Not to mention, the popping of the exhaust is a lot of fun when it's in the maximum sport mode, track mode exhaust. Sounds absolutely amazing. And then if we want to, we can stick into manual shifting mode, and we can go ahead and use the paddle shifters if we wish. So let's say we're coming up in this corner here. We're at 2,500 right now. Let's say we want to pop that up to 3,000. Can do that down with the stick as well. Come in here, and let's say we really want to get it ready here out of this curve. So we have it rolling in here at 4,000 right now. You just feel it's ready. It's at its maximum right now, 4,000 RPMs, peak torque, horsepower. Just absolutely phenomenal. And when it comes to performance, this is really, again, such a great performer for $33,000. It is, really magnificent from a pricing perspective. Really just can't say enough about how great the Veloster N is. It's really an ultimate performance hot hatch. So if you guys want to go ahead and experience N grid shift mode, we'll go ahead and demonstrate that here in just a second. We'll slow it down much slower here. So we're going to go ahead and engage it at 20 miles an hour. Ready? Wheel spin, guys, at like 35 miles an hour. Incredible. That's what you get, when you add 7% more power to its already existing power, this super fast transmission. That's what N grid shift mode, and I think they call it that because it does put a huge smile on your face when you engage it. It's really quite something, really incredible. Well guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you've thoroughly enjoyed our review and test drive here of the 2021 Hyundai Veloster N. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Until next time, take care.